c'est par là. Et de pouvoir les avoir. Avoir une petite vue plongeante sur eux, ça serait sympa. Pour les sniper comme des lapins. Mes genoux. Ah bah non, je suis mort carrément. Ça m'a carrément achevé. Et je suis obligé de tout refaire.
I'll keep it down. Here we go!
Ok, le mecha est tombé.
From a distance, marauders seem like folks. Is anybody even looking to cure them, I wonder?
Je vois que dalle. Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Je vois que dalle. Allez, tech. Ah, au moins là il y a de l'électricité, là je vois quelque chose. Allez, vas-y. Hein. De la merde, mais au moins ça me file de l'XP. Tout se ramasse. Pas 55.
Here we go. Nice one. Together, Parvati. Captain, to your right.
Allez, viens, sors ta petite tête. Il s'est pris pour qui, lui? Il a cru qu'il était Rambo, en fait. Il s'est dit, j'ai un sniper, mais je vais y aller au corps à corps. C'est logique. Il y a un morceau ici.
Ready, Captain.
Keep this up and I won't have any new battle scars.
Je suis content, il y en a plein qui ont le lance-flamme. Ça pourra se vendre à une... Premier point de vente. Ça va être allègrement vendu. C'est bon, je crois que j'ai tué tout le monde ici. On va pouvoir se diriger vers la quête. Pom, 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 pom. J'ai pas été, je l'ai pas testé celui-là. C'est pas une mauvaise idée de le tester. c'est la zone que j'ai fait précédemment. Ok. Salut toi.
Here we go. Don't have stuff.
Everyone all right?
Here we go.
That's smart.
I'm warmed up now.
C'est pas ce qu'il faut. Il faut une carte.
Make him regret it.
Du coup, je disais, il me faut une carte. Ça, c'est pas mal, ça. Déjà, je peux démanteler les trucs. Alors ça, tac, ça dégage. L'ensemble, tac, tac. Peut-être qu'avec une autre vision, ça peut faire peut-être une onde sympa. Donc,
Take him down.
Nice hit!
Boom.
Feels like the old bits outside of Edgewater. Used up, unneeded, left to settle into ruin.
Think they left anything good behind?
Here we go.
Look at us! Incoming! That's the last of them.
pourquoi j'ai une tête de mort là-haut? Pourquoi j'ai une tête de mort au niveau de ma vie? Je me suis fait empoisonner? Ça va être sérieux?
Their mistake.
Tout a l'air d'être fermé. Bon, bah, on va passer par là. Un à récupérer dans le vaisseau. Et qu'ils sont pas très grands. Hein. Il peut toujours y avoir un truc à récupérer. Eh.
Reminds me of the crew cabin on one of my first ships.
You reckon the smell ever goes away? Maybe the wind off the sea helps.
Ok, non, je peux pas monter dessus, du coup, c'est que c'est vrai, y a pas de truc caché. C'est une ville! Sans déconner, c'est trop bien, c'est une ville! Il y aura peut-être possibilité de se faire de la...
Help! Someone's been killed! I think I'm gonna be sick.
Calmez-vous, dites-moi ce qui s'est passé.
I clean the apartments while everyone's at work. I've seen all sorts of messes, but this... If you're going into the apartments, do not go into the lower one on the right. That's where the body is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go contemplate a hot shower.
Oh, sorry. Just spooked me, was all.
Not much I can do for this guy.
Moi non plus, je peux rien faire pour lui. Ça a dû bien se battre parce que c'est le bordel, hein. Tout est retourné, ça a dû sacrément bien se foutre sur la tronche.
Got any news from the rest of Halcyon?
Je me suis pas fait voir, ça va.
Whatever you do, don't mention Tossball to Isaac. You'll never hear the end of it.
You know, I haven't seen him in a while.
If you'd gotten stuck in an hour-long rant about
Ah, je croyais que c'était les Denis qui parlaient, je dis ah mais t'es passé voilà. Salut toi.
You startled me. Don't sneak up on a person like that, huh?
Ok.
You again! You've really got to stop doing that.
J'ai l'impression que j'ai loupé un truc avec le cadavre. Pourquoi que j'ai l'impression que...
Good day to you. Whoa, by the stars, my poor heart. I just about pissed my jumpsuit.
Est-ce que tout le monde dans la ville est aussi fou
Easy
ça?
for you to say. You can hop into your spaceship and leave any time. This town is enough to try anyone's nerves. Where should
C'est-à-dire?
I begin? With the oversized mantisaurs? Or perhaps the rap spewing acid at our walls? The board was right. This place isn't fit for human habitation, and I was a fool for staying.
Pourquoi vous avez décidé de rester?
Sanjar, of course. He had all these glorious ideas about how he'd run Monarch. Rest periods between every work shift. No shift more than 10 hours long. It all sounds wonderful, until you realize it's only a few centimeters of repurposed steel between you and the deadliest creatures in the galaxy.
Vous aimeriez
That's what she
plus
said.
que quelques centimètres.
There's truly no end to my suffering.
Vous avez songé à quitter?
Only every day. But in case you haven't noticed, we don't exactly get ships on a regular basis, yours notwithstanding. And even if I did scrape together enough to buy passage out with sublight, which would mean reaching Fallbrook without getting eaten, shot, or dissolved into green goop, what then?
Vous avez oublié, se faire poignarder, c'est aussi possible.
Well, thank you for reminding me. As if I weren't already destined for an early... Lucky you.
Je me suis foutu de sa gueule.
Nice.
T'as quoi dans ton distributeur, toi? Oh, pillage! Salut, toi?
Well, well. The only new folk I ever see in town are sublight runners from Fallbrook. But you don't look like one of Catherine's. What can I get you? All sales are final, unless you threaten me. I'm kidding. Don't threaten me.
Ok.
Wrap musk and canid eyes, right here.
Ma'am, please, Oh, thank you for stopping. Everyone acts like nothing's wrong, like my little boy isn't at risk of being eaten by some vile creature. Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran away and is going to get himself killed. Oh, I just know a raptidon is melting him with acid as we speak.
It's more dissolving than melting.
That is not helpful.
Calmez-vous
Don't you
et
tell me
respirez.
to
Dites-moi ce
calm
qui s'est passé.
down. I promised my boy I'd protect him for always. But how can I keep him safe if he's run away? He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago. I warned him about the raptidons, mantisaurs, and marauders, the toxic sulfur pools, and poisonous glands, but he didn't listen.
Oh, law, Captain. A youngster won't last long in a place like this. Please, can't we help?
Please, won't you go and find my boy?
Je vais le retrouver.
Thank you. Oh, I know he'll be safe now that someone's able to fetch him home. You look for him in Amber Heights, you hear? It's down the road southwest of town. I'm sure he made it that far. I just know it. And if you find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy, you punch them in the mouths. Tell them what I think of them luring little boys away from their mamas. It's immoral.
Tu le dis. Et donc ça c'est pour aller dehors. Que je ne veux pas encore y aller, dehors.
Hello, stranger. Can I interest you in raptidon tongue? Or maybe some canid toenails? You look like a woman. Oh, good. Celia hasn't come by in a few days, so I haven't sold much.
Ce gros bâtiment a l'air important, j'irai après. Bennett.
Laws. Can't a man enjoy the smooth menthol flavor of a Stogie Slim in peace?
Ouais, vous avez
What I am doing, ma'am, is enjoying the moment. It's so rare that I can seize one apart from the jabbering masses of this wretched place.
De quoi vous parlez?
This law's forgotten town. Cut off from the rest of the colony. Removed from any culture. I recall when Stellar Bay was a proper board-affiliated town with regular shipments of Auntie Cleo's best and all the cereals.
Le bon vieux temps vous manque?
Days of consumption and culture. When we weren't squabbling with the iconoclasts for lack of better things to do. Look, you're making me melancholy. Is there something you wanted?
Okay.
What are the chances of all the time?
Well, well. Isn't often we see new folk in Stellar. Enjoy. If you plan on sitting through Nyoka's stories, you might could use a few.
I could use a few and telling them myself.
Now what can I do for you?
And the little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood, so it's sliding. All over the place, trying to crawl away. Getting so I can't tell the blood from the mud. But I gotta get in there, get right in that baby rap's stomach and dig it out. If so much as a drop of stomach acid got on that medallion, shit, I don't know what I'd do. Might be I'd hunt every damn rapt out there. Right. What are you staring? Wait. You ain't from around here. Who are you?
Enchanté.
Ooh, charmer. Don't get a lot of that around here. Folks mostly grump at me about how I should join the MSI payroll. Nice change of pace. Buy me a drink, will you?
Et bien sûr, une autre tournée.
Outstanding! What are you doing in Stellar Bay, stranger?
Vous pourriez m'aider à trouver un informateur?
Well. Let's get down to brass nuts then, shall we? Wait, that ain't it. Brass rats? Let's talk business. I'm headed back out there after I sober up. You want a guide sooner than that? You'll have to get me something to clear my head.
Hey,
outstanding! Our dispensary here maintains a stock of, I don't rightly know what they are. Steroid or caffeine somethings? Pills. They're very good. I'm cut off for the month, on account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure you've got your wily ways. Fetch me one and we'll be all set.
Vous voulez dire de la cafénoïde? C'est juste un stimulant.
Well, they work. We got a deal or what?
What? Rien d'intéressant. Peut-être qu'à l'étage, il y aura un truc intéressant. Peut-être pas. Ça va me permettre de fouiller un peu la zone. Toujours ce gros bâtiment. On va y aller. Un ouvrier qui sert à rien.
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right? She's welcome to come up here and pack boxes herself if she's in such a hurry.
Catherine a dit qu'elle vous enfermait dans une boîte si vous continuez à casser comme ça.
Well, I can see I was mistaken. Because if Catherine really had sent you, there'd be a lot more expletives in your message. I hope you can forgive my temper. This job has been running me ragged lately. First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my chief pescatological health manager is missing.
Votre expert en quoi?
Braxton. He's in charge of getting the fish fat, but also making sure they don't get too many tumors. He's a real wizard with pharmaceuticals, but he has creative notions of working hours. Comes with living in a free colony, I guess.
Il finira bien par revenir.
I can't keep working double shifts either. Since you don't seem to be constrained yourself, maybe you could check up on him. He lives in the apartments.
Oh, okay.
Tell him Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, or she might start noticing those extra jugs he's been taking from supply. Something else on your mind?
Vous avez dit que Braxton volait des
Stealing's
médicaments?
such a nasty word. Let's call it skimming. And yeah, let's just say I've noticed the sterile biotics we use for the fish would get used a little faster on Braxton's shifts.
Gentil de votre part.
We're not like those corporate towns where you get fined for sleeping on the wrong side of the bed. Besides, the Spacer's Choice stuff we use is cheap enough. And Braxton knows how to get the salt tuna, fat, and mostly tumor-free.
Oui. Quelle est cette Catherine que vous
Sublight
parlez?
boss out of Fallbrook. Handles most goods that come in or out of Stellar Bay. Has a mouth like a Ground 6 spacer.
Ok. Je vais tester, hein, mais je suis sûr que c'est une mauvaise idée. Ah, non, d'accord, je peux pas. Au moins, c'est une mauvaise idée, mais au moins on le sait, quoi. Il nous en empêche. Hop, comme ça, s'il y a des gens, ça les intéresse, ils pourront toujours mettre sur pause pour lire.
Velma seem out of sorts to you?
She's always cranky.
No, I mean more than usual.
Wouldn't know. I made it a point to stay out of her way.
Nell!
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest tossball games. So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial H Mammoths.
Mensonge.
I'd heard they'd gotten a new hacker. Is that why everyone's making such a fuss about you? But what are you doing on Monarch? Maybe we're not so isolated as I thought. So, what can I do for you?
Vous avez dit que vous avez du mal à recevoir les transmissions de
Graham's
Dashball?
always filling the airwaves with his propaganda. Like it's done him any good. All it means is the tossball games get to us in fragments. Poor Isaac. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him in a few days. I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow, even if he did have terrible teeth.
Je vous écoute.
Right. So the thing with Isaac is he didn't know where to stop. He'd get stuck on something, and he just couldn't let it go. Sometimes he'd drink Purpleberry Punch by the liter. Other times he'd keep betting on a losing team. Started owing the wrong people money.
À qui il devait de
I
l'argent?
don't know for sure, but I saw Elijah and his buddies pushing Isaac around. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse, and spend the rest of their stay getting rowdy over tossball games. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Isaac ran into trouble with one of them.
Merci pour votre aide.
Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do.
Juste en explorant, ça me fait faire des quêtes, c'est cool. Oh, je sens qu'il y a quelque chose là-haut. Sinon, il n'y aurait pas une échelle. Ça sent le parcours d'Ebilus. Ou pas du tout, ok. Ah, c'était pour avoir la carabine à plasma qui se planquait là. Je vais voir qu'est-ce qu'il y a là-dedans. Salut toi!
Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you before. And with sweet cheeks like those, I'd remember.
Quite the bedside manner, lady.
Well, it's so rare I get the pleasure of new company. What can Auntie Abigail do for you?
On m'a demandé de venir récupérer un complément de cafénoïde.
And what a helpful young lady you are. Nothing like a little pill to liven up the spirits.
Whiskey helps, too.
Please leave medical advice to the professionals. Now, dearie, who's this pickup for?
En fait, les pilules sont pour moi.
I'm so sorry, but with the iconoclasts and the marauder filth chasing away what little trade we get, I'm afraid I have to reserve my supply for Stellar Bay residents. Our reserves have gotten so low, I've even had to start locking the supply room upstairs. Isn't it a shame what some people will do to get a little extra?
Oh, mais c'est affreux.
Isn't it just? I'd make an exception for you if I could, my little cherub. Is there anyone else needing a special pickup from Auntie Abigail?
Noika?
Oh, her. It's none of my business, but I have told her Dr. Williams would bump up her monthly allotment if only she'd join MSI. Contribute like the rest of us. Now I've gone and said too much. And you know me, dearie. I don't like to pry.
Est-ce que quelqu'un d'autre?
If so, I would love to know where. Sublight supplies don't come cheap.
I'd hope not. Fleecing's the mark of a real professional.
Believe me, there's nothing I'd love better than to help you. But there's not much I can do. Dr. Williams managed the town's allotments from his terminal upstairs. Even I can't access them.
Je croyais que c'était vous la responsabilité en tout cas, ça devrait être...
Oh, you flatter an old woman. Me, I'm just here to be a pretty face for the customers. And to keep an extra key to the supply room, for all the times Dr. Williams misplaced his.
Le docteur est un peu tête en l'air, c'est
Careless
ça?
experimentation with medicinal substances does take its toll, eventually.
But until then, it's lots of fun.
Episodic pharmacological delirium is no laughing matter, young lady.
Où est-ce que je peux
In the
trouver
town graveyard,
Williams?
I'm afraid. Poor man was always searching for the flower of enlightenment. On the way, he tried some rather daring substance combinations.
Des fleurs de l'illumination?
It's a philosophist symbol of some kind, dearie. Never you mind. The graveyard's near the southern ruins. You're certainly welcome to pay our respects, but the bodies tend to attract beasties. Do be careful. I'd hate for anything to happen to you, dearie. Chin up, dearie.
Je vois un truc d'ailleurs, tac 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 tac. Ça prend du poids, mais est-ce que... Non, ça prend pas de poids. Plein de badges de mandataire. Ça prend du poids. Les balles, ça prend pas de poids. Et ça prend pas de poids. Ok.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Rien
Just make sure it's
d'intéressant.
properly logged.
I'll note it next to the others, sir.
Well, new business turns up at last. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
Non, vous avez rendez-vous avec moi.
You'd be a hit in Byzantium.
Did you hear that power play, Celia? They don't make them like this anymore in Halcyon. I only hope you don't judge me by my handshake. Now, what business brings you here?
Bon, moi je vais là où vous me
What
vendez.
a charming notion. One doesn't meet many free spirits in Halcyon. Not outside Tartarus prison, anyway.
La prison de Tartare.
Forgive me, I'd be positively enraptured. Only, I take it this means you aren't here for Saltuna.
Je vais essayer ça.
Yes, that's it. Channel your anger. I only wish I could do the same.
Seems like you're having a rough time, Mr. Sanjar. Are you doing quite all right?
Oh, don't worry on my account. This is merely the latest in a long line of professional erotic and athletic disappointments. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
Vous êtes libre des autres entreprises, pourquoi vouloir les faire revenir?
Surviving alone isn't as easy as it looks. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now. Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
Vous en avez marre de grappiller ça et là et récupérer, c'est ça?
Yes, freedom is a tempting ideal, but a rather costly paramour.
Vous marquez un point.
Indeed. Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
But will that help the people here, Mr. Sanjar? Keep them fed and safe?
That's precisely what I'm trying to do.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
Cette demoiselle, c'est de quoi elle parle?
It's true. Our Celia is an alarmingly competent middle manager. At any other company, she'd be wasted in data entry. The plan she refers to is a two-pronged approach, and the first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
D'accord.
With a Bolt 52 cartridge, of course. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Quite one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance.
Okay.
Never realized fighting the bureaucracy could be this interesting.
It is quite the rush.
Une fois que vous aurez le Bolt 52, quelle est l'autre partie du plan?
I'll need to gather some supplemental materials, but I mustn't get ahead of myself.
You do tend to do that.
The Bolt 52 will be in the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. And these days, it's overrun with...
Je vais aller chercher.
Do be careful. I've lost more than a few people to marauders and raptidons out there. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands. What can I do for you?
Je cherche un informateur.
Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. Not that he's had the courtesy to notify me, at any rate.
Comment aller au pic du diable?
You'd head south along the road and look for a mountain to the west. Not that I'd advise it. It's a terribly dangerous trek. But if you insist on going, I'd recommend taking a local guide. Nyoka would be a prime candidate.
If you can keep her sober.
Okay.
Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon. What can I do for you today?
Du coup, vous parliez, vous avez des problèmes d'argent.
Or is he not paying you on account of how he tried to fix the thing his own self and busted it even worse, and then said you wasn't fixing it fast enough, so he's docking your wages again? Not that I got any prior experience with such.
Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid.
Vous dépensez souvent votre argent en morceaux de Raptidon?
Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or mantis worm wings. Whatever Sebastian has in stock, really.
Pourquoi acheter autant de choses à Sébastien?
So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else.
I reckon she's got a little bit of a squish on this fella.
He's sort of the strong, silent type. Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. And some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell.
Demandez simplement de sortir avec vous?
I couldn't! What if he says no? Hey, maybe you could ask him for me. I mean, a no would still be bad, but it won't be quite as embarrassing if you ask. Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. I'd better get back to work.
Attendez, ça m'intrigue.
He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on inside his head that you have no idea about. Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises.
Good to have standards, I guess.
I know what I'm looking for.
Vous voulez vraiment sortir avec quelqu'un qui ne vous
You
parle
think
pas?
that's what I'm looking for? You're funny.
Il y a plein d'autres poissons dans la mer, Cécile.
Not in Stellar Bay. Everyone else who isn't taken either smells like salt tuna or they're my boss. Besides, a man with a good...
Okay.
Sorry.
À plus tard.
Miss Ellie, Dr. Finhill, I notice your pistol's been making a funny noise.
What are you talking about? I oil it every night.
Well, look here. Your slide's not recoiling fully? You might be due for a new spring. I could take a look, maybe fix it for you.
Sure. I'm short on bits at the moment, but I'll pay you back.
Oh, no. I mean, it don't cost nothing. I got a spare spring in my pocket here, even.
Everything's got a price.
Are we gonna get in trouble today? Not that I want to, just seems to happen around you, is all.
Something on your mind?
Comment ça, je les attire? Je vois pas de quoi tu parles. J'attire pas du tout les ennuis. J'attire pas les ennuis. Ah, j'essaye. Plus ou moins. Tic tic tic. On va parler. Sebastian Adams.
You look like a woman who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts.
Parlons un peu de Celia.
Huh. I haven't seen her in a few days, but I've been meaning to ask her how that Raptidon acid is working out. I hope it's working okay, because no one else really seems interested in this stuff.
Elle vous aime bien.
Nice of you to say. I like her too.
Vous l'intéressez. Non, je veux dire qu'elle vous aime vraiment bien.
And I gotta admire anyone with her passion for canid hides. but you don't have to butter me up.
Now I see what Celia was talking about. This guy almost reminds me of Irion.
Who?
An old acquaintance from the Groundbreaker. A real piece of work.
That's mighty kind of you to say.
But we were talking about what a lucky gal Celia is.
Anyone who can afford such a fine collection of mantisaur claws has it pretty good.
Idiot.
Wait, I see what's going on. She put you up to this so she could get a discount,
Oh, no, that's not it at all. She's smitten with you. You smited her. Smote? Smoot?
Don't get me wrong. I'd like to give her a discount. She's a real fine lady. Always talks nice and slow, so I understand. But if I give her one, I won't hardly make a bit, on account of no one else having any use for raptidon tongues.
Elle est attirée par vous.
Nuh-uh. A lot of people think I'm not too bright, but you're not fooling me. I know she can't get these goods anywhere else.
Elle les achète juste pour vous parler.
Come on, that's crazy. No one would do that. You sound pretty sure. And she is awful nice.
Give her a chance. Give yourself a chance. Take her someplace nice.
Okay, I'll do it. Once her shift ends, we'll go someplace nice. Maybe to Chef Raymond's.
That's the spirit, Sebastian. Be yourself. Between you and me, Captain, I'm not sure Miss Celia knows him too well, but we can hope, right? I want them to be happy.
Je vais lui parler.
Have you talked to Sebastian yet? What did he say? Okay, but how did he say it? Did he sound excited? Or like he was just agreeing to it? Was he like, yay, a date with Celia. I've secretly been waiting for this. Or was it more, sure, I don't have anything else going on.
Il vous aime bien, c'est là, mais lui demandez pas une réduc.
Not to worry. If I never buy another Raptidon tongue, it'll be too soon. Ah, look at me going on. I'm sure you've got other things to do, and Mr. Nandi's giving me that back-to-work look. Anyhow, thank you.
You take real good care of your pistol, Dr. Fenhill.
I oughta. It's kept me alive this long.
I mean, you treat it nice. Makes me happy to see, because I feel the same way about my wrench.
Look, it's a tool that does a job. Feelings got nothing to do with it.
On va faire ça.
I wonder sometimes what they're doing on other colonies.
Uh-huh.
Think they're watching the same serials, following the same tossball games?
Les petits ennemis, ils sont par là.
Who the fuck are you? This ain't your alley. Huh?
Hey! What are you doing here? This is our secret alley. Berta already pissed by those crates to market.
Je sais que t'as tué Isaac.
Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. Not that anyone has proof. And not that it's any of your business.
Mauvaise réponse.
I can take a hint.
Et le lance-flamme, c'est toujours utile. Ok, eux sont morts.
A fine day. Anyway, what can I do for you?
Isaac Rose est mort et j'ai trouvé ceux qui l'ont tué.
But that's terrible. What happened?
Les responsables sont morts.
But that means we won't be able to log their testimonies. If there's one thing I've been hoping to re-establish in Stellar Bay, it's proper documentation for legal matters.
Peut-être que... ouais, si ça peut être pas mieux.
Always a shame when tempers get the better of good sense. Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated. Please consider this payment.
You sure have seen a lot of the colony, huh, Dr. Fenhill?
Ellie. And sure, but most of it looks the same from inside a ship.
Sorry, Dr. Ellie. Still, though, don't you find it thrilling? Being in space?
Look, it's just Ellie.
Alors ça c'est pour sortir du coup 78 mètres par là. Tic 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 tic.
Smells like rat in here. Oh, it does work. I bought some musk from Sebastian to cover up the salt tuna smell.
Trust me, this is worse.
Ah, est-ce que je peux lui piquer du coup maintenant que j'ai le pickpocket? Est-ce que je peux pickpocketer? Bon. Hop là. Bon, je vais quand même fouiller le corps. C'est un facultatif que je vais quand même faire et puis je vais m'arrêter là pour ce soir. Hop.
Whew. Smells like those old Sundays when we'd unload salt tuna shrimp. The cannery.
Am I the only one getting hungry?
Everyone all right?
Oh. Plus de médecine. Trop bien. Tac tac, je récupère tout. J'ai besoin de thunes. Des trucs de piratage, d'accord. Je sais pas trop ce que ça fout dans une église, mais... Moi, je suis preneur. Le petit sapot. Oh, revolver V2. Hein, non, j'ai mieux. Est-ce qu'il y a... Non, ça c'est fermé. Ça c'est fermé. Ça c'est fermé. C'est mieux, je me tape des sprints. Non. Tiens. Les maraudeurs, ils sont tous scannés. Ils sont tous fait boulotter. Je m'étonne que... c'est devenu énorme. Je m'étonne que ces machins soient devenus énormes. Ils se sont bien nourris des maraudeurs. Hein. Ils avaient juste à tendre la patte, ils avaient à bouffer. Maison des maîtres. Ok. Alors c'est une maison avec un sous-sol et tout.
A visitor? What an unexpected surprise! Please, come in. Come in.
In my experience, any stranger this friendly either wants to rob and airlock you or sell you something.
Nonsense. Out here in the wilderness, we welcome all who come to our door. Now come in, make yourselves comfortable.
Ok, merci.
Excellent. You've arrived at just the right time. My wife is putting the finishing touches on dinner. Please, make yourself at home until it's ready.
What a pleasant surprise. And just when I was beginning to fear we'd seen the last of good company for a spell.
Ok.
Yet the Eternal provides, does it not?
Je ne peux pas vous reprocher votre optimisme.
And who could? Stretch out your hand and cosmic divinity reaches back. Open wide your mouth.
Les choses finissent toujours par s'enlever.
That they do. Though it's up to us to make the most of those opportunities, wouldn't you say? Look at me, prattling on as if this gravy is going to cook itself. Why don't you run along until we are ready for dinner?
Je le sens mal leur coup, hein.
Oh, hello there. You come for dinner?
Ouais, peut-être bien.
That's nice. We had someone else over a week ago or yesterday. I forget.
Vous avez l'air un peu perdu.
It just gets hard to remember things. I recall moments, feelings, but the details slip.
I felt like that after my dad passed. Walked around in a haze for weeks. I'm sorry you're feeling that way too.
Other times it's like there's fog. Sorry, have we talked about this before?
Peut-être que je peux t'aider.
That's nice of you. I usually feel better after I eat. Mama said dinner's almost ready, huh?
Je vous laisse tranquille.
Oh, hi there. Did you come to bring us more of those rocket candies?
De quoi tu...
You know, the ones that come in a bottle with a rocket ship on the front.
Doesn't sound like any medication I've heard of. Nothing legitimate, anyway.
They don't taste very good, but they make me feel so nice. Hungry, too.
Non, je n'en ai pas.
That's too bad. There was this other man who used to bring them. Not anymore, though.
Dites-moi ce que tu sais.
Mama and Papa said he came from the city. When we got sick one time, he brought those candies to make us well again. And they worked. Now we feel better than ever. Mama says they're a gift from the Eternal.
Pourquoi il ne vous apporte pas plus de bonbons?
He said they were making us sick. Mom and Papa got real mad at him for that.
Some kind of off-brand drug, maybe? Wouldn't be the first or the worst.
They went to have a talk with him. After. Okay. Maybe I'll see you at dinner.
Think they'll notice if we slip out first?
Hey, what are you doing in my room?
Oh, désolé, je visitais, c'est tout.
Liar! You're trying to steal the last of my rocket candies, aren't you?
Les bonbons fusées?
The ones that come in a bottle with a rocket ship on it. Like the other man used to bring.
Calme-toi, je m'en vais. Cette famille a l'air un peu dérangée quand même, hein? Toute la petite famille a l'air un peu dérangée.
Okay.
I've seen and made my share of corpses, but this is downright unsettling.
I'm gonna be sick.
Bizarrement, j'aurais dû m'en douter. Ouvrir ici. Ah d'accord.
But what's this? You're tracking blood into the kitchen. Oh dear. You've been nosy, haven't you?
C'est une de mes plus grandes qualités.
How very rude.
Time to teach you some manners.
They're on us. Nice one.
Take cover! Watch yourself! You're hurt!
How many others do you suppose they...
Gotta admit, killing them felt real good.
Ok, ils étaient tous complètement dérangés. Je me disais bien que c'était pas normal. Bon bah je finis de tout piquer et je m'en vais. Il n'y a rien d'autre à piquer. Visiblement, non. Les mausolées, ça ne s'ouvre pas. Bien entendu, ça ne s'ouvre pas. Donc ça c'est l'église. Bah, j'ai fait toute la ville là, j'ai l'impression. Hop.
Nice thing about traveling with the captain. We meet all sorts of new people.
Sure. Best part is when they pay us.
We never really had new folks in Edgewater, except the captain. Kinda hard to make new friends when everyone's already decided they don't like you.
Could be a favor in disguise. A lot of people out here ain't that nice.
Oui, c'est pas faux.
You look like a woman who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts.
Qu'est-ce que j'en fais?
I don't know. Celia usually buys whatever I have, and Mr. Pickett seemed real interested. So I thought maybe I was onto something.
Mr. Pickett? Franklin Pickett from Edgewater?
That's him. He'd been here years, but he always talked about going back to Edgewater one day.
De quoi il parle?
Sure. Mr. Pickett used to run the community center outside Edgewater. He had this grand idea to make it a museum for halcyon life. As my dad told it, Mr. Pickett was always going on about getting a mantiqueen for the last display. He left the Vale, gosh, years ago.
He came to Stellar Bay years ago, just before the board cut us off. Ended up stuck here. He was always real interested in our monsters. Mantiqueens, especially.
Vous avez vu?
Sure, they're real big. Hard to miss them. Well, I could send you to the same place I sent Mr. Pickett, but I haven't seen him in a few weeks. To tell true, I'm starting to get a bit worried about him.
Captain, can we look for him? I'd feel awful if somebody from home was in trouble and we didn't do nothing.
Tell you what, I'll tell you where I sent Mr. Pickett if you promise to look for him. Help him out if he's got himself in trouble.
Je vais le faire.
Thanks, Captain.
All right then. Leave town through the southern gate, the one right here, and head past the abandoned ruins. Last mantiqueen I saw was in the wild.
Salut toi.
Ah, the charmer. Welcome back. Drink, chat, or business? All of the above?
Says someone who's never had any fun.
Exactly. See? I'm glad someone on your crew's got some sensible. Got her head on straight. Whew, that hits the spot. Right in the, oh, no, there it is. There it is. Yes. We're in business. Let's go.
That was fast. I gotta see about stalking some on the ship.
You be careful. The first one's free. After that, they'll offer you gainful employment.
Content de vous avoir avec moi.
Great. Where to?
Voir l'informateur.
Oh, Hiram? I ain't checked in on that man in an age. He's running the giant radio tower we lovingly call Devil's Peak. We'll be going south and west, mostly along the road till we're past Fallbrook. Out there, there's a western slope that'll lead us through some fun. You like hunting, right? That's fun. If you're more of a spelunker, Rotting River will take you into the mountain caverns. We can discuss options when we get closer. That said, 3's already a crowd. I don't mind waiting somewhere until you got a spot open.
I hope you like being part of our crew, Nyoka. We're real excited to have you.
A ship? Well, look at you. I'll find a spot there to call my own for now. Find me when you're ready.
Bon, moi je vais m'arrêter là, je vous fais des bisous et je vous dis bonne nuit tout le monde. Des bisous.